Hey everyone, welcome back to Chart Stoppers. Before we get into today's stock, I just need to remind everyone that this channel is about looking at different stocks and mapping out their key support and resistance areas on their daily charts. Also, we will be identifying any trends a stock is in and any key technical patterns we can find on their charts. Also, don't forget this channel is for educational purposes only, and I am not advocating to buy or sell any of the securities talked about on this channel. But I am here to point out key factors on the charts that do impact the price action of a stock. And I provided a link in the description for Webull. You could use it to start an account and you will get 2 free stocks. And don't forget, we will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation for a video, leave a comment below and I will try to get to it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content here. Okay, so let's get into the market today. Today is January 27th, 2022. You could see the market was having a green day today, but we are having a sell-off during the middle of the day here. The S&P 500 is down 0.35% right now. The Dow is pretty much flat at this point of the day. It's down 0.01%. The NASDAQ is down almost a full percent right now at 0.93%. So you could see, the market was up pretty much, most of the day. And then, around 1 o'clock today, we saw a huge change in direction and the market started selling off. So there has been a lot of volatility this whole year so far in 2022, and today is no different, as you could see. So hopefully everyone is having a good year and everyone stays safe with their trading. So let's get into the stock I wanted to take a look at today here. I'm going to be covering Nano Dimension. I've done a few videos on this one in the past. I will provide a link in the upper right hand corner to the most recent one, and you could go back and check that out. If you want to see how I got to where my chart is today, you should be seeing that link right about now in the upper right hand corner. But today, Nano Dimensions at the time of this recording is currently trading at $3.28. It is down 23 cents today, or the equivalent of 6.7% right now. In the past week, this stock is down 1.65%, and in the past month, it is down almost 16% at 15.96%. So this stock has been hit by this correction very hard, down almost 16% in the past month. All right. And in the past 3 months, Nano Dimension is down 45.61%. So a lot of gains have been wiped out in the past 3 months here. As you could see from the chart, just by looking at it, you could see, gains have been wiped out going down and to the right on the chart, and that is not good. In the past year, Nano Dimensions is down 77.36% over the past year. So let's take a look going back a year where this stock was trading at this time last year. So we are on the 27th of January. So let's find out where we were this time last year in 2021. And as you could see, January 27th of 2021, we were close, very close to those all-time highs right here. We closed the day on the 27th of January around $14.52. So, that was really, really close to those all-time highs of $17.89 there, which we hit on. That was on January 26th. So the day before that, a year ago today, we hit those all-time highs. So you could see how big a difference a year makes as we are trading way down, 77%, over 77% down from where we were a year ago. So that is a huge difference, and the chart tells the whole story as we have been slowly bleeding out this whole year ever since coming off of those all-time highs. All right. So We're going to talk about that in a minute. Let's quickly, we're going to go over the support and resistance areas on the chart, and then we'll talk about what's happening on our chart here. So as I mentioned here, the all-time high was $17.89, and we did hit that on January 26th of last year. You could see we were on a very nice uptrend, a lot of hype around this stock. They were raising a lot of cash on the way up here. ARK Invest was behind this stock, and that is why a lot of the retail investors got behind this stock also. Okay, so, a lot of retail investors were very hyped on this stock. They got behind it. Kathy Woods and her ARK fund, they were behind it. They were buying up a lot of this stock. And this was in 2020. It was on a very nice uptrend when the growth stocks were in favor, the SPACs were in favor in 2020. So it went from a low of 51 cents here in April of 2020 to a high of $17.89 in less than a year here. So those were some huge gains in a very short amount of time. And that is why you're seeing this huge drop and this huge fall from those highs, because you had a very large gain and a very large return on your investment if you got in around this area here. And hopefully everyone took profit if you were in at this area and you didn't ride it all the way back down. Okay, so you could see, they were raising a lot of cash. They did numerous stock offerings on the way up. So this company was loaded with cash. I think they did have I think they did have $2 billion worth of cash from their stock offerings. And now, they have been able to do a bunch of acquisitions with that cash. They haven't spent all of the cash. They still have a lot of money on hand, but they have been able to do a couple of acquisitions so far with their cash. So hopefully, they will use that capital that they do have on hand to continue to grow the company. But those acquisitions have not been able to help the stock price out recently here. As you can see, it's been in a downtrend since coming off of those all-time highs. Okay, so starting off at the top here, you can see I have my top resistance point at $16 and around 78 cents. Okay, let me zoom in for you so you can see here. That is where we need to get up to. We need to see a daily candle close above that point so we can move on to new all-time highs. We've been above that point intraday, but we've never been able to close a daily candle above that point at $16.78. As you can see, we've opened above there, but we've never been able to close a candle above there. So we want to see this stock get back up to there and close above there if we want to see it move on to a new all-time high above $17.89. But we sure do have a long way to go if we want to see it get back up to there. Okay, now going down our chart, we did not really have support on the way down for this stock until we got to around $9.32 here. Okay, and that was former resistance on the way up. You could see it did have a little bit of consolidation on the way up at that point. So it was no surprise that once it fell below this point, that did turn into resistance. We got rejected off of that point once in April of 2021 and another time in early or late June of 2021. So twice on our chart, you could see we did get rejected off of that level. So that will be a key level to watch in the future. That is a major resistance point that we need to watch out for if the stock does ever get back up to these areas again. Okay, so $9 and around 31 cents or 32 cents should be marked on your chart as a resistance area. All right. Now going down our chart here, I have this marked in red because this was a key support area where the stock did establish a base, and it looked like it was going to be able to hold that base throughout the majority of 2021. it was holding nicely along that support level around $5.40 here. All right, you could see it looked like it bottomed out here, and it was able to hold this support area throughout the majority of 2021 until around mid-November here when it finally broke that support. All right, so the majority of 2021, we did see a lot of buyers come in and hold this stock up at that point of $5.40, where they said, this stock has gone low enough and we will come in and buy at $5.40 to prop this stock back up and not let it go any lower. All right. But around sometime in mid-November, the bears overtook the bulls and they were able to continue to drop the stock price. And, they lost control, the bulls did. And now, they lost that area of $5.40. And now the stock has continued to fall ever since breaking that support there. So that was a key level right there at $5.40. As you could see back in 2020 when it was on its uptrend, that was a key resistance point here. It had some trouble getting through that resistance right there. So now, as it was a key support, now that it broke through there, it's continuing to fall here. And it looks like we might have bottomed out here at a new support, but we are not sure yet, as things are continuing to be very volatile. So as I talked about earlier, you could see, with this trend line that I have marked down on our chart, the stock has been bleeding out slowly throughout the majority of 2021. It's been making lower highs and lower lows. Okay, so it's been making these lower highs going into that support of $5.40. And on my last few videos I made about this stock, I've talked about this trend that it's been in, this descending triangle formation that it's been making the majority of 2021. And I talked about the decision the stock was going to have to make, that where it was going to either have to break this support and continue on this downtrend, or it was going to have to break out of this descending triangle and make its way upwards, breaking out of that downtrend and make a new higher high and start an uptrend here. Okay, well, the stock did make a decision, obviously, and you could see it broke that support, and we have gone way lower than anything I ever expected with the market conditions that we're seeing today. With the Fed coming out and raising rates and everything, and inflation the way it is, that is causing all these stocks like Nano Dimension and all these growth stocks like this to continue to fall and continue to lose value in the market today. So what's next for this stock? Well, let's take a look. It looks like it bottomed out here a couple days ago around $3. All right, that was the low on January 24th over here at $3. All right, but I have a support line set up at $2.85. And let me show you why I have that line set up over there at $2.85, because I go back to around 2019 when the stock made a huge fall from where it was at, and you could see it found support around that level of $2.85. Now, also, you could see, it did set up a nice little base there before falling even lower to around that 51-cent level that I talked about, where it was the all-time low there in April of 2020. All right. And then, it did have a little bit of resistance at that level of $2.85 also here. Okay. So that is where I have my next support level set up. I would expect maybe, at least a retest of this $3 level, if not even a lower low of $2.85 here. So I don't think the bottom is in yet, or I think it will at least retest that $3 level here, okay? So I would be very careful trading this stock right now. I would be very careful trading any stock in the market with all the volatility that's going on, okay? So I just want to put that out there. But anyway, let's take a look at the moving averages here and see what's going on with those. And obviously, we are well below any moving averages here. You could see the 200-day is way up here in the yellow, and we're well below that. That's sitting around $5.94. So we're well below that. The 50-day, and that's here in the dark blue. That's sitting around $4.11. So we're well below that. This is the 21-day here in the light blue. That's at $3.64. So we are, just below that. And the 8-day, which is acting as pretty strong resistance here. You can see this 8-day in the white. Ever since falling below the 8-day moving average, when we fell below that back in the beginning of November here, you could see right around this area that I'm circling right here, when we fell below the 8-day moving average, the white moving average, that has been acting as strong resistance. Because if you look at these daily candles, every time we get up to that 8-period moving average, that 8-day moving average, the white one on the bottom, every time we get up to that, it seems like we sell off either that day, you could see when the wick touches it, we sell off, or the next day we will sell off. Okay, so that shows me that that moving average is acting as resistance there, or the 21-day moving average also is acting as resistance, because if it's not the 8-day, it's the 21-day in here also acting as resistance. So we need to get past that 8-day moving average and the 21-day moving average, because those are acting as strong resistance if we want to move up and start any type of uptrend here. So I would be very careful for a false bottom here, as if you're looking at this $3. I would not trust that bottom just yet. Okay, I would wait for a confirmation first, and then I would definitely want to see a break above these moving averages on the daily chart here. And then let's take a look at the weekly chart and see what's going on with that. And let me zoom in here. You could see, look at that 200-day moving average on our weekly chart. Look at how that just comes in, and that is acting as strong resistance here. Look at how that just kind of acts like a trend line here. Look at how that just comes up, and that acted as resistance when we hit that all-time high right there. You could see we ran right into that 200-day moving average from our weekly chart. So that acted as resistance. So if we do get back up to this 200 period moving average on our weekly chart, that will be the resistance to watch out for. If we ever do get back up to that's sitting at $7.61 right now. So we don't have to worry about that right now, but in the future, watch out for that. 50 period moving average on our weekly chart, sitting at $6.49. So we're well below that. But look at the 21-day or 21 period. That kind of mimics my trend line here. You can see my trend line is in the red. And look at how my 21 period moving average here in the light blue pretty much traces my trend line as it acts as resistance on these weekly candles. Okay, that pretty much traces my trend line. And also look at that white moving average. That's our 8-period moving average on our weekly chart. That's also acting as resistance. So pretty much the 21-period moving average and the 8-period moving average are going to act together. They're pretty much, about the same. They're not that far apart. So those are acting as resistance, all right? Look at how the candles pretty much just trade up to those every week, and then they get rejected off of those whenever they trade up to them. Okay, that shows that those are acting as resistance, and we need to get above those, close above those, and start building above those if we want a confirmation that we are gonna start an uptrend and we are bottomed out. Okay, that will show me that we have bottomed out and we are moving in the opposite direction of down. Okay, so I would wait for that before you get into a long position or start buying the stock. You don't want to catch a falling knife, obviously, and you don't want to lose money either. So it's better to be patient than to be sorry, okay? So those are just my words of advice, and that's about it for the video. If you guys like the video, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content here. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comments. I'll try to get back to you on those. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time on Chart Stoppers.